Army, did you feel it too? Flush face. Why did the internet suddenly explode overnight after the performance of BTS in New York? Before we dive into everything, welcome back to the Jikook Lover channel. Purple Heart. This is the place where we talk about the most viral, mysterious, and shocking BTS moments that have fans all over the world questioning everything. But before we continue, don't forget to like this video, comment your theory below, and subscribe to Jikook Lover so you never miss the next update shaking the entire fandom. Police Garlight. Because what happened that night was not just another performance. There was a tiny detail, a strange reaction, and a few seconds caught on camera that fans cannot stop talking about. Eyes. Some Army say it's just a coincidence. Others believe there was a hidden message meant only for the fans. And now, new theories are spreading across the entire internet. Globe showing Europe, Africa. So the real question is, what actually happened that night in New York? The night air in New York is usually filled with noise, lights, and the endless energy of a city that never sleeps. But on one particular night that fans across the globe are still talking about, something unusual happened. What started as a simple television appearance quickly turned into a moment that sent shockwaves through the global fandom. When BTS appeared on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, millions of fans around the world were already watching with excitement. For many viewers, this was expected to be another iconic international appearance from one of the biggest music groups on the planet. But within minutes, something felt different. Some fans later said the atmosphere during the performance felt unusual from the very beginning. There was a certain tension in the air, something subtle that could not easily be explained. The way the members stood on stage, the expressions that flashed across their faces for only a fraction of a second, and the way the camera captured certain angles all seemed to spark curiosity among the viewers. To a casual audience, it may have looked like a normal performance. But to Army, every tiny movement matters. And that is where everything began. Only minutes after the show aired, short clips from the performance started circulating across social media platforms. Fans began slowing down certain parts of the video, zooming into specific frames, replaying a few seconds over and over again. At first, it seemed like just another moment of fans celebrating their favorite group. But then the first theory appeared. A single post from a fan suggested that a particular movement during the performance might not have been accidental. According to the fan, the timing of that moment felt too precise, too deliberate to simply be random. The post gained a few hundred likes, then a few thousand, and soon tens of thousands. Within hours, the theory had spread across multiple platforms, and fans from different countries began analyzing the same clip. Discussions started appearing everywhere, on fan forums, social media threads, and video breakdowns uploaded by content creators trying to explain what everyone had just witnessed. Some Army believed the moment might have been a hidden signal. Others suggested it could be a playful inside joke between the members and the fandom. But a different group of fans had a much bigger idea. What if this wasn't just a random moment? What if it was actually a clue? That idea alone was enough to ignite a wave of speculation across the internet. Soon people began comparing the New York performance to previous appearances by BTS. Some fans noticed similarities in gestures used in past stages, while others pointed out that certain visual elements seemed strangely familiar. Could this be connected to a future project? Was this a subtle teaser hidden in plain sight? Or were fans simply reading too deeply into a perfectly normal performance? The debate quickly became intense. Meanwhile, another detail started gaining attention. In several circulating clips, viewers noticed reactions from people behind the scenes. A few audience members appeared to respond to a moment on stage slightly earlier than others, almost as if they understood something before the rest of the crowd did. This observation fueled even more theories. Soon hashtags related to BTS began trending worldwide. Videos analyzing the mysterious moment gained millions of views, and fans from all over the world joined the conversation, each offering their own interpretation of what might have happened. Some insisted that the performance was carefully planned and that every movement had meaning. Others argued that the fandom's passion sometimes leads to overanalysis, turning ordinary moments into elaborate mysteries. But even skeptics admitted one thing. Something about that night felt different. Media outlets began reporting on the phenomenon, describing how a single performance on an American talk show had once again demonstrated the extraordinary power of BTS and their global fandom. Because with BTS, even a few seconds on stage can become a worldwide discussion. And perhaps that is what makes the story so fascinating. The relationship between BTS and ARMY has always been unique. Over the years, fans have learned to pay attention to details, symbols, references, gestures, and subtle hints that sometimes appear in performances, music videos, or interviews. That history has trained millions of fans to watch carefully, to question everything, and to believe that sometimes the smallest moment can mean something much bigger. As the hours passed, the mystery surrounding the New York performance only grew stronger. More clips surfaced, more theories appeared, and more people began to wonder if they had missed something important the first time they watched the show. Yet despite all the speculation, there has been no clear explanation, no official confirmation, no simple answer. And perhaps that uncertainty is exactly what keeps the conversation alive. Because now the entire fandom is asking the same question. Was that moment just an innocent interaction on stage? The longer the clip circulated online, the more people began to notice things they hadn't seen the first time. A pause that seemed slightly longer than usual. A glance exchanged between members that lasted only a fraction of a second. A reaction from the audience that felt oddly timed. None of these details alone seemed extraordinary. Yet together, they created a strange feeling that something important might be hidden within those brief moments on stage. Across social media, ARMY from different parts of the world began piecing together their observations like investigators studying a mystery. Some slowed the footage down frame by frame, pointing out movements that looked almost intentional. Others replayed the same 5 seconds repeatedly, convinced that the camera had captured something meaningful that most viewers missed. What made the discussion even more fascinating was how quickly the theories multiplied. One fan suggested the moment could be connected to an upcoming project that had not yet been announced. Another believed it might be a subtle reference to past performances, something only longtime fans would recognize. A few even speculated that the group might have been quietly hinting at a future comeback, using a live stage to plant a clue in plain sight. At first, these ideas sounded almost unbelievable. But in the world of global fandoms, the impossible sometimes becomes the most exciting possibility. Soon the conversation spread far beyond fan circles. Reaction videos began appearing on YouTube, with creators replaying the same mysterious moment while trying to decode what might have happened. Comment sections filled with thousands of messages from viewers sharing their own interpretations. Some people insisted the movement was deliberate. Others argued it was simply a natural stage interaction that had been magnified by the internet's curiosity. But even those who doubted the theories admitted one thing: the timing of everything felt uncanny. Within hours, hashtags connected to BTS and the New York performance climbed to the top of worldwide trending lists. Fans from Korea, the United States, Europe, Latin America, and Southeast Asia all joined the discussion. The same clip was being watched simultaneously by millions of people who were trying to answer the exact same question. What did that moment mean? Some observers pointed out that BTS has a long history of surprising their fans with unexpected announcements and hidden references. Over the years, the group has occasionally included small hints in performances, music videos, or interviews that later turned out to be connected to bigger projects. Because of that history, many ARMY believe nothing BTS does on stage is completely random. And that belief alone was enough to keep the theories alive. As the hours turned into a full day, the mystery surrounding the performance only grew deeper. More screenshots appeared online, highlighting expressions, gestures, and camera angles that fans considered suspicious. Discussions stretched across dozens of threads, each offering a slightly different interpretation of the same few seconds of footage. Yet despite all the attention, one thing remained unchanged. There was still no clear answer, no confirmation, no denial, only speculation. And perhaps that uncertainty is exactly why the moment continues to capture everyone's attention. Because sometimes the most powerful stories on the internet are not the ones that come with clear explanations, but the ones that leave people wondering what they might have just witnessed. Which brings us back to the same mystery that started all of this. If that moment truly meant nothing, why are millions of fans around the world still talking about it? And if it actually was a clue, what exactly was BTS trying to tell ARMY that night in New York? Ice Purple Heart.